Hi, I'm Steve.
I'm Jason.
And last year we both went to Uganda as volunteers. Jason's old hand at this. He's been how many times?
Last year was my third.
I've been once. Last year was my first time. What time did we go this year? Last year rather?
Last year we went in June.
So every year we do a project, and the project this year, which I helped Jason in the village on, was building a huge
Chicken and goat house.
So 100 goats and 250 chickens on 3 floors, ground floor, first floor, second floor. So it was big.
Yeah, and already we're on our third rotation of the chickens that we proposed for this chicken house project. And you know, praise God, it's all gone well so far. The goat house is slowly building up. We have 3. After me and Steve came back, we purchased 3. Well, actually, we have 4 goats. We purchased 3 nannies, and I was informed earlier this week that they've all conceived. So we're due some babies this year.
So that's really good so far. So, is this project purely for meat for the village, or is it for other means?
The chickens is not for meat for the village. The chickens is a source of income. Basically, what we do is we buy the chicks in at roughly a week old, and then we, over a 5-week period, we fatten them up, and they hopefully at the end of the 5-week period they gain a weight of roughly around 1.25 kilos to 1.5 kilos, and then it's a perfect weight to sell on. And this generates an income, not a big income, but an income with the potential of, we will like to slowly build up the village's own supply of chickens, so we can have a source of meat every now and then, and eggs. This is the whole aim of why we go to Kuffu, to Uganda, is to make this village self-sufficient.
So I know I'm very unfussy, but is there anything that you didn't like?
No. Last year, through my own fault myself, I didn't have a visa in place, which disrupted my travel, which is the only thing I've ever had that hasn't run smoothly. No, I've never felt uncomfortable. I've never felt threatened there or anything. You know, it's a beautiful country, beautiful people. It's really easy to travel around, but be prepared for some dusty roads. You know, there's good roads running out of the main city of Kampala, but then once you start going out of the main cities to get to the villages, will be some dusty tracks, but they're all, you know, you can travel along them.
I think you and I would agree that we definitely suggest for other people to go. It just gives you an insight of the life that they live over there, and how there's such a disparity between the rich and the very, very poor. Even in the same village, there are people that have huge houses and people that live in mud huts. But definitely go. All my 3 children have been. In fact, my middle son has been 3 times, and he loved it. And I was the last one of my family to go. So I sent all my children to scope it out first, and I went last year. So, but definitely go. It may be a struggle for some people to go to a country like that, and we both stayed in the village. Wow, the people in Uganda, especially the children, they have very little, but they are so happy, and yeah, you feel like you should be wearing a Santa Claus costume, because they all just crowd round you, and they want to be with you, and they want to talk to you, and just, you know, it is a wonderful experience. And they are so, if you ever give them anything, they are so appreciative of it. Whether it's a pencil or a small bar of chocolate, they will just be smiling and smiling and smiling, because they don't get to have these things.
they are amazing, and like Steve said, they have nothing. But you'll see the biggest smiles on any child when you're there, you know. And they are doing what kids do, you know. They're going to school and learning because they want to learn. You know, education is so important to them. And I can remember my very first visit there in 2016. I sat in a few classes, and one thing I was amazed at their textbooks, there wasn't no scribbling on them. You know, not a bit of scribble. They didn't deface them or anything. They're very proud of their textbooks. They looked after them. And their handwriting and their punctuation is like that. It's impeccable. You know, they put a lot of children to shame here in the schools here. You know, that they're there to learn. They don't fool around. They have all the same curriculum as we do here. And they do learn. You know, it's very basic. Classrooms are very basic. Desk, you know, just a basic wooden bench desk and that. But yeah, they appreciate what they have there. You know, because the compound of Goshim is the school in Uganda, inside a Kuffu village. The children, when on their breaks, they clean up. You know, they sweep the school, they pick up all the litter, they keep it clean. You know, we don't employ a caretaker to do these, and that the kids respect what they have and appreciate what they've got there. They keep it clean. Yeah, the kids have always made it special for me. Yeah, the medical centre is, when it's finished, it's quite an impressive building. You know, it's built, it's watertight. A lot of the walls are finished, like a primer and a few top coats, and this is part of the project of this year, is that we'd like to undertake furnishing like a pharmacy, a doctor's examination room, another examination room, like comes as seconds up as a maternity room. Yeah, it's an impressive building. And in time, it's only going to grow. The more the school grows, the more the villages grow around there, the medical centre will grow, and it'll be a very vital hub to the community. Because it doesn't, the village we go to is called Kuffu in Uganda, but actually there's another surrounding 8 villages that really we all support, you know. They come to when we do our medical days out there, and even coming to the medical centre. You know, it's not just Kuffu. All these other villages are spread out over a radius of about 30 kilometres, 35 kilometres and that, and they all come to Goshim and Kuffu.
And the aim is to, if we can get the finance together, is to then employ a nurse and maybe a doctor, a nurse weekly and a doctor maybe 2 weekly, and as the finances grow, maybe have a permanent member of staff in the medical centre at some point. At this moment in time, they are just upgrading the water supply.
Yeah,
So before the water supply was just a borehole with the water coming up, which was supplied the village. But obviously it's coming from a tank, and all sorts of things go in there. So now we've just supplied a complete filter system, UV and various filters, so that the water that they get in the village will be clean and safe to drink.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to come along to Uganda, there's a few things I would suggest that you look into is before you travel. There's definitely vaccinations, which would be a yellow fever, TB. You must have them in place before you travel. And then also that you'd come with your malaria tablets and that, you know, your malaria prescription there is an utmost a priority, you know, because you will, well, I've never been bit severe and that, but you know, I guarantee this year when I go there, there'll be locals with me who have got caught malaria, so mozzies are about. Not bad, not bad by any means. Beforehand, we used to get a visa when we landed in Entebbe in Uganda. Now you have to get an electronic visa before, which is quite simple process and that. And as long as you apply within 4 weeks of your travel and that, you'll be comfortable, you know, getting it in time so you can travel. Good boots, travel with good boots and that, and be prepared, you know, for your eyes to be opened.
Yeah, you will see some distinct cultural differences, let's say, and you just have to accept that that's the culture.
And if you ever get the opportunity as well, you're there, attend a church on a Sunday, because it is vibrant and it is colourful, and it's an eye-opener. I love it. Their churches are very vibrant, very loud, music, dancing, and me and Steve were on stage last year dancing, and it's good. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Enjoy the colours and enjoy the scenery and enjoy the people, because the people make the place.